driveway. But what I really wanted to show you is over my fence on my land. My whole land is absolutely covered in beautiful, beautiful flowers. Absolutely everywhere. We'll catch up with some of the things that have sprouted. We have the rocket here, and then I noticed some actual cucumbers. And when I came to show Mike, there were more, and the one I'd seen was much bigger. So we have cucumber there. We have a big one here. Now I'm pretty sure, because I've got my cucumbers mixed up, these are the ones you just eat this size, the prickly ones. So I think that's ready to eat. You can't let them get too big or too fat. They will do, and then they don't taste very nice. So I might harvest those. There were 4, I think. There's one over there. And in my last video I did discuss why there's orange peels everywhere. So one there. Oh, there's one here under there. So I think I might get Mike to try one. Mike, do you want to try one of these? A lot of beetroot, and this is one left that was random in this area, but I have got another bed full of loads more that weren't quite ready. I think I've shown you all the flowers. It's the end of the day now, so they're starting to close up, but I've got flowers in all my zucchinis, and I don't put any tops back on these. I haven't put tops on for ages. And what I do is wait until the younger ones have got yellow flowers on, and now that one doesn't need a cover anymore, so that gives you some idea as to when they'll be a bit self-protecting. Tons of weeding throughout the garden. Viewers' questions. Why do you put stones on top of your bottles that you're growing in? Let me show you one that I decided to leave without a stone to show you the reason why. Baby snails love to climb in and eat anything growing. So that is why you need to put stones on top of your bottles when growing. You wouldn't take them up or leave a top on them, because or else you can't easily water. When you've got a big lot growing in there, you want to be able to just take the stone off and water. And that is the other reason I don't seal them. I just keep a slit so I can access them. If you've got any questions or you want a channel shout out, just drop me a comment and ask your question, and I will add it into a future video. Even more has gone from the bottle farm and from my other bottle areas there. If you remember, there was a whole line down here and a whole line around here. You can see where they've been, with the sort of muddy looking bits. It's where they all were. And I've still got the nursery area. These are herbs, mostly herbs, and under the perspex in that little bath and in front are all tomatoes. And this is working quite well, my little nursery potting up area. I put any pots on there that have got soil in or I've added soil to, and then I use the top to plant out for now. Let me go and show you what I've planted out from those bottles. So we're going to the Hugelkultur area. So you get your bearings. So yes, it's quite away from the bottle farm, so I have to put in whatever I want to transplant. And then when I transplant it, I have to bring the barrow all the way back again. So quite a lot's been going on over here. I'd already planted out some sweet corn in this first bed, and some garlic was growing from what was left of last year. I found some more garlic plants, so I've added those. I've got white cabbage. Now you've seen Mike's been making frame for netting for me, so that was what I already had, cabbage, and that's got some heads on. There's a couple of plants there. I think there's trying to be some heads in there, and it's obviously a bit eaten because I need proper netting. So this is white cabbage, which I've left with a bottle on top for now. It's out of a bottle and I've just put another bottle on top so it can start bedding its roots in. That's some white cabbage there. I did a whole bed of beetroot because I don't really want them over the other side anymore. I want that to be easily accessible things that are quick to grow and eat. So these are all beetroot, and again, because they're newly planted out here, I have put covers on them for now. Give them a few days to get themselves established. There, so there's lots of beetroot there. What else did I do? Oh, right down the other end, let's go down there. So these were the chards that I recently transplanted, any random ones that were elsewhere. Some were in bottles, so they're here. They're the cucumbers that I put out the other day. You've seen these in my last video. I was going to say there's no actual cucumbers on there. No, there's not. Yes, there is. The little one growing here. Now this is a different type. The little one just down from my finger. And as you see, I just wind them round the string. I'm going to put, we had wind noise last time, but I did say this is going to be tomatoes as it normally is, but the cucumbers are there to give it some protection from the heat. And I've got some old basil that's going to seed, so I think I'm going to put that in here, and that can drop its seed because basil goes extremely well with tomatoes. It increases the flavour. I've been putting all the trimmed grass into any that were a bit low and putting them around any plants. Last thing I transplanted out, as I say, it takes time backwards and forwards with the wheelbarrow, was peas. Now you can't get pea seeds, actual peas, can't get them in Cyprus, and I finally found some, but as I say, if you can't get them easily, they probably don't grow here. And it's going to be too hot, I know it is. I'm not expecting these to survive because it's not even spring yet here, and you can probably see this is I think it's about 3:30, 4:45 in the afternoon. It's extremely hot and sunny, and it is our winter, so I don't think they're going to survive. So we will see. But that is my probably one and only attempt at growing peas, and again this is another project tomato frame, so I thought that'd be perfect on there. Something I don't think I've shown you for a while. Oh, that's the frame Mike's making, if you've missed that. You have to keep up this time of year with my videos because things change very quickly. That's broccoli in there. And yeah, I don't think I've shown you for a while. This is my oriental spinach. Now when I first grew it, I did 3, one this side, one in the middle, one the other side. I'm glad only this one took because it was a weeny thing, and we're just eating off this constantly, whether I'm cooking rice or whatever I'm cooking. I put some in. This is oriental spinach, so that's going on. And the last bed, I don't know if you've seen for a while, is another aubergine or eggplant bed, because again I I've got some in the other end in the raised beds, but I don't really need it up that end. So I want that down here where you're not going to come every day and harvest from it. And filling up the compost area in this part of the garden. If you've got big land or a big garden, always a good idea to do different compost areas. Just saves a lot of walking about. That's my little update for now. So until next time, as always, Meraki.